Good afternoon, Nikhil.
Good afternoon, guys. Yeah,
Yeah. So we can start at 3:12 or 3:15, okay, right?
fine. No worries, no worries. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The people will join in the between the meeting. Okay. Fine. So Shivani and Sudeshna, are you there?
Yes, Saket, we're there.
Okay, fine, fine. So yeah, we can start. So a very warm good afternoon to everyone present here. Today, we, the team of Trident Cisco Beta, we of Trident Academy of Technology, Bhubaneswar, we are going to start or launch our event that is Apricus. It's a great platform for the young innovators, for the young students who want to be a entrepreneur in the near future. It's a great event for the leaders who are for means thinking for their betterment, who are doing or willing to do something better in the future. So we are launching this event. This is our first event, which is named as Apricus, which means a spark of sunlight. It's a Latin word. So yeah, so here we have in association with Cisco Think You Better. It's a founders talk 3 of Cisco. So here we have a speaker that is Piyush Das and Shashwat Mishra. So before going to introduce about the speaker, let me tell you that this will be a great session. These two are the means the alumni of the Trident. So here you will have a great session with them. They will all discuss the questions with you. First, they'll have an interaction session with you. So be here, stay tuned, and you'll get to definitely learn something new. So Shivani and Sudeshna, over to you for the speaker intro.
Firstly,
Guys, yeah, sorry
thank
to
you,
interrupt,
sir.
Shivani. Yeah, one, sir. Feel free to switch your cameras so we can have a healthy interaction with us. We can see each and everyone here. It will be a great if you all switch your cameras on. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, Sudeshna Shivani. Yeah, Sudeshna Shivani, you can take over. Yeah.
Thank you, Saket. Just 1 minute. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I am Shivani Mahapatra, a student body member at Cisco Incubator Trident. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our first speaker for today, Shashwat Mistry. He is the founder of Caveman Dev, an initiative that delivers end-to-end AI and ML-driven solutions to multiple businesses for various industries. He also mentors and guides data science aspirants to grow and land in the industry. He has trained over 15 batches of Python, Django, and data science students, that is approx for over more than 300 students. He has helped transform 5 offline businesses to fully digitally functioning businesses. He has implemented and still continues to implement AI-driven applications for multinational technology consulting organizations, and he is also helping e-commerce platforms to understand their customers and trends to improve their businesses in all dimensions. He is also a former TQB member at Trident. So on behalf of our whole team, I welcome you to share your high-end ideas with our participants. Now over to Sudeshna.
Yeah, thank you, Shivani. Good afternoon, all. Before I take the pleasure of introducing our next speaker of the event, I would like to thank Cisco Incubator for bringing such a fine pair of leaders and entrepreneurs to address our participants. Now, I, Sudeshna Jena, a member of Cisco Incubator student body, pleased to welcome the next speaker of our event, Mr. Piyush Das, a bold combination of electronic subjective matter expertise as well as application development. Mr. Piyush Das is currently working as a software development engineer at Spikewell Private Limited, but he still possesses a rich entrepreneurial background and still passionate about the same. This can be depicted from the fact that he bagged first position in national level Cisco IoT Hackathon 2017. He has developed an application that helps to find you the nearest washroom using Google Map and SQL database. He also designed indoor navigation system for big buildings. He's fluent with almost every kind of mobile development, be it Android, Java, Swift UI, React Native, and Firebase. He's worked in many e-commerce. He's highly skilled and promoted to team leader before the third month of his career. Mr. Piyush is a great team leader and expert in various technologies and domain, a self-made and most importantly passionate about his ideas. His skills knows no bound and so does he. And without wasting any more time, I would like to welcome our speakers to contribute their ideas towards the success of this event. Over to our speakers.
Thanks a lot, Shivani, Sudeshna, and Kashyap. Yeah, Piyush, hi, how are you?
I'm great, Shashwat. How are you?
Great, let's. I think I should be turning on our videos. Don't worry about this. And guys, you have made it so formal, I'm not even comfortable to start where I plan to start. What is this? Come on.
Let's do this as a podcast kind of thing. I want this to be like an interactive session, and
Exactly. That's what I have in mind. Just a second. How do I get rid of this? Right. That's better. So, hi everyone.
hey, Shashwat.
It will be really great if I could actually see you all. Isn't that right, Piyush?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So what we had in mind is we really planned for a very informal event, right? So we did not expect such lengthy intros or all of that you guys have been doing so far, right? What I have in mind is I'm not sure how many of you will be comfortable from the very first moment to start asking questions. And we seriously did not prepare speeches or any presentations, right? Yes, we have always been against things like that. And so what we have planned is, in every situation there are a set of FAQs, right? Questions that actually should be asked, the most people actually ask, right? So what we'll do is, although Piyush and me have, whatever things that we're going to answer right now, most of the part, he will mention my name a lot in his stories. I'll mention his name a lot, a lot in my stories, but it'll be like we are asking each other questions so that you guys can get comfortable with, whatever is happening. And after one or two questions, I expect you all to start asking questions because that's the whole point. Okay. Is that understood, everyone? Is everybody okay with that, with the idea? Great. So, Piyush, do you want to start now?
Yeah, sure. Let me. Sorry, somebody. Yeah,
That's perfect, Piyush.
Okay. Let me start with some questions then, Shashwat.
Yeah.
Just like many people might have this question, like how did you spend time in college when you were in college? What was the
Okay.
past time?
Okay. So I think to start with, right? So when I was in my 12th, I was really not into, I always planned that I should never get into computer science. I don't like, I don't want to do coding. I don't want to sit in front of a laptop all the time, right? Contradicted to what I'm doing right now. But I actually planned for an integrated BBA MBA at IIM Indore. I think it's called IPM, Integrated Program for Management, right? But it always turns out you always land into BTech if if your plans don't go well. So I flopped at IPM. I flopped at the exam, and all I had an option was to choose a private college here in Bhubaneswar in Johannesburg. And even then, I was really not sure if I'm doing the right thing choosing computer science. But things lead to things, and that's how it started, right? And really, in the first semester, I was really not interested with academics, right? The only thing I liked was maths because I had a background. I was trying to stick to it. But then I had a friend, Suvadeep. I'm not sure how many of you know him, and I think Piyush himself. Two of these have been my greatest inspirations, right? So Suvadeep Kar is, is not an academic person, right? He is totally into, finding your way out from the laptop. It's the original meaning of hacking, right? So hacking is not always like getting into someone else's computer, but hacking is finding your way in, right? It's the actual term, that background's engineering. So he was a core engineer, and I saw him performing beautiful things. And he was also into hacking, right? So he was a cybersecurity specialist. And the way he did things is one of the primary reasons what inspired me to actually start with whatever I'm doing today. And I think Piyush was also there. Piyush used to work with native Android as of then. And I wasted my first semester, to be honest. But then one day, out of nowhere, I was sitting in one of our professor's class. I think it was a C programming class. And there was a very interesting question on the board. I never focused on any of the classes until then. But that was a very interesting question. I think it was about variable swapping or something. And I was like, yeah, this is common sense. I didn't need all my previous classes in order to answer this. And I think that's when I first realized that, yeah, this thing is cool. And I think maybe we should dig into it. And I think after the first semester, there was Smart India Hackathon. Yeah, I think there was Smart India Hackathon. I had no idea what I'm doing, but I was in a group of senior people from the same college, and we somehow found our way out to Delhi to the finals. We didn't do well at the finals, of course, but it was a good experience. But that trip was, it proved that you don't need anything in order to start. And I think soon after we came back, we started Delivery Man. Is that right, Piyush? Probably
Yeah,
third
that's-
semester. Yeah.
That's also
And the entrepreneurship was completely new to us. I don't even remember if I could spell entrepreneurship back then. But a Delivery Man, yeah, it's called Delivery Man. The core idea was that no matter what, you know Swiggy Genie, right? You know Dunzo, Swiggy Genie. I think even Google has an app. What's that called, Piyush? Allo or something?
Allo.
Yeah, Google Allo.
ALO.
So, right. Oh, sorry, what?
ALO. Allo.
ALO, right. So Google Allo. So that was the competition, and the core idea was that you could deliver anything to anywhere. I think there was a tagline: "Deliver almost everything." Right. We even shot an ad. You could find that on my Facebook, or even the page is still active. We shot an ad at one of our friends' place. So yeah, that was the core idea that we actually clicked. Don't you think, Piyush?
Yeah,
the
we did,
area.
we were huge in this area, like in college area.
Right.
Where,
Even
like-
Trident, yes, yeah. Trident and Kit, I think that was a bomb because Swiggy was not a major hit until then. I don't clearly remember, but I think the only competition there wasn't Swiggy until then, right? It only came.
There
from
was no
India.
Swiggy, there was no Zomato until then. Only competition was like
Bring My
custom
Food, I
delivery that people had. Yeah.
think. Custom delivery, and I think Bring My Food. Sarvesh has Bring My Food.
Bring My Food, right.
We have a tough competition with them. So I think there was 4 of us. It was Piyush, me, Suvadeep, and one of our seniors. People from Trident would recognize Shivam. I'm not sure if you do. So yeah, that was a core principle. And most of all we had food orders because Swiggy was not a hit until then, and probably we were the first in Kit area in order to offer organized delivery. We had an app where you could order anything that you wanted. You could just type down and somebody would drop it at you. And like I said, that was new. Entrepreneurship was new. We didn't know planning. We didn't know how to streamline things. So we just saw a lot of money coming in. And to be honest, that was a huge failure, right? That was a huge failure. We had to stop because we focused more on money making than on branding, than on I think growth or whatever, right? So we didn't streamline things. We had a delivery person. That was one of my friends, and it was not managed well. So I think that was a big flop. And that was end of second year that way. Was that Bombay thing in
Eyantra.
second year?
Eyantra happened in second year, I think.
Second year,
After
right? So I think it's
second
called
year,
what?
right. Eyantra.
Eyantra, right? So you must be familiar with Eyantra. And Eyantra is actually one of our major turning points, right? So by the time Delivery Man was done, there were no regrets because we lost nothing. I don't think we gained anything. It was a good lesson of how not to fail in startups. One of our first lessons. Right, then I think Eyantra started. It was a very similar team, me, Piyush, Shivadip, and there was this other guy who we didn't see a lot throughout the event. But yeah, I think that we had to work on a bot that could identify ripe or raw fruits. I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time actually. By the time we already had relaxation on all our classes, I don't think I went to a single class in my third and fourth semester. I also failed at one of these papers. It was called algorithms and data structures. I failed in DA and recheck and all those things. So yeah, the thing is, we did not focus much on classes until then, right? And when Eyantra happened, we cleared almost 3 rounds successfully. And I think the final round is when we faced an awesome challenge. I'm saying it is awesome because it was nearly impossible to address that. We had to work with a scripting language called Lua. Lua, right?
Lua, L-U-A. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we had to do was there was a physical bot on the floor and there was a simulator in our systems. And what we had to do was to simulate the path. You had to calculate what direction the bot should travel, and that those coordinates had to be transformed down to the bot, right? And not an inch of idea of how this is done, not an inch of idea of how Lua works, right? So I think we spent almost 24 hours in the college itself, right? We ate there, we slept there. So we tried all ways out in order to figure that out. And Lua does not have a great documentation either. Lua does not have a good community. So there was no way out. We only found one answer on Stack Overflow, and that was all of Lua we could find on internet. And I don't think that was even relevant.
No, that was
It was not relevant. So, we just kept on writing code, compiled errors and all that. And we finally figured out how to address that. So I think it was the next day morning and we went out for a tea after everything worked fine. And then a tragedy happened. By the time we came back, for no apparent reason, the code stopped working. Piyush calls this phantom error. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
There's
it.
no way to comprehend what happened, but your code just stops working. You have to know why that happens. And then I think after that we just left all hope. We had to shoot a video on what we did in the chapter 4 in the fourth round. But all we did was we sat down with broken hearts, broken faces. We turned on the camera and we were like, "Thank you, Yantra. You gave us this chance." But we just couldn't figure what happened, so we just stopped. And then we had a walk to hostel. I think that is when, or the day before that, somehow Piyush was like, we are nothing more than cavemen, right? Because we started working on this technology that we were not even aware of. We didn't find any resources, but we finally managed to strike two stones and light some fire, right? I think it is the naive way. There are lighters around, there are torches around, there are matchboxes, but we always go down to stones, we always go down to rocks and strike and light fire and then walk our way out towards lighters and all. So I think that is when Piyush coined the word cavemanship, right? To work on something from the scratch, even if there are already wheels, you start working from the wheel and then make your way up to it, right? Instead of finding resources and all that, right? So it's always about getting down to business and start away from scratch, right? So I think that's when we had this conversation of how we should start maybe a service-based company, and that's when we decided to call ourselves Cavemen. And I think then we picked up a few projects. We offered internships to around 10 to 12 people. I think when we were in third year, like the first semester in third year, right? And there were 12 people who tried to deliver this project. In fact, I think it was the same year we did Aladdin. Is that right, Piyush?
Yeah, that's right. We
Right.
first did Aladdin, then we came here.
Right. So first it was Aladdin. So we kind of delivered 1 to 2 projects, with whatever best we could do. I'm not saying that we are proud of those projects. There was a lot of quality compromise. There was a lot of, not just quality, there were compromises in every way, right? Delivery deadlines were compromised and a lot of things. But then, that's where we got our confidence. And by the end of why I'm telling all of the story is, did you ever hear me talking about exams, papers, classes? No, because we didn't do any of that. I think the last time I went continuously to college was in my not even second semester, because second semester was the Cisco hackathon, what hackathon, Smart India hackathon. And I think the only semester I went to college continuously was first semester. Right? And then, because come on, we're engineers. We can't just sit in classrooms and think that, we could do something, right? So because we have to get our hands dirty and, there are always ways out, right? Because I don't think I ever paid fine in my college. So you can stop worrying about not going to classes and, there'll be fines and stuff, because there are always people who would help you, right? I'm not sure about other colleges, but I think we have that privilege, right? Because always, people will support. If you're doing something, people will support. There's no doubt about that. Right? And post third year, I think I took an ugly turn. I started working for this company, and then I quit 3 to 4 jobs in my final year. I was not happy anywhere. I worked for 2 to 3 months everywhere and just kept quitting. I'll tell you about that. But more, the only thing that I want to highlight here is that no, engineering is not about papers. Not just engineering. I mean, anything that you do it's not about papers. It's not about marks that you score. And you know what? I'm not sure how many of you have heard this, but once you're done with your BTech, nobody asks you what was your CGPA. Did anybody ask you, Piyush, during all the interviews that you appeared, or whichever company? Maybe your client asks you,
No, never.
Piyush,
Never.
we work on this module. Wait, are you sure you got 8+ CGPA in your? It doesn't work that way.
Never.
No?
Never.
Because that nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. I think only a handful of companies, like so-called multinational companies, they worry about your CGPAs. But I know very, very successful people with 6 to 7 years of experience in this industry. And one is right now at our office here. He did not finish his degree. You wouldn't know about this person, Piyush. Listen to this interesting story. So he's called Dinesh, right? So he works for one of our partner companies, and he's so good at Angular. I think he's one of the contributors to a lot of Angular frameworks as well, right? He's real good with that, DevOps and stuff. So he works for Wipro right now, and he has about 6 years of experience in the industry, right? And one day, I don't know how this came up, but I asked him, like I just said, nobody cares about your degrees or colleges, but I'm just saying this for the sake of the story. I just asked him, where did you pass your BTech from? He said, I joined BTech in CET, and it was supposed to finish in 2000, whatever, 15 or 16, whatever that is. And I was like, okay, what do you mean supposed to finish? I was like, no, I didn't finish. Like, how come? How come you're working right now? I was like, no, I think after the third year, I was so into drinking and all, I just didn't feel like going down to the exams in my final semester. I was like, okay, so you must have had another chance. I was like, no, there were only 2 years of chances. And after 2 years, he had already started working for some company in Bangalore. He was a, I don't know, network admin. And then after 2 years, CET just denied, no, you can't appear for exams. So till date, he does not have a degree, but I think he's one of the highest paid employees at this partner company that I'm talking about. He makes real good money, man, and he does not have a degree. I think that's something worth noticing.
Yeah. I don't see anywhere the percentage
sorry.
and degrees matter. I was saying that I don't see anywhere this CGPAs and these things matter.
Exactly.
Practically speaking, as long as you have a certificate to like you are a BTech, and that's fine. Like
Come on,
practically,
you don't even need a certificate.
that's right. I'm just giving a like, as long as you pass the papers and you are okay with it, that CGPAs and all those things don't matter.
Exactly. I think you are also a good example, Piyush, of how papers don't matter. Not because you failed or you have a bad CGPA, but I think I'm saying this because your papers were not relevant to your industry. I mean, they are not relevant to your industry. I think you were very passionate about electronics to start with, which is why you chose ETC probably. And then was it difficult, that transition? Shifting to
Yeah.
software, this thing.
So start with, I was interested in software. I was into mobile application development since the beginning of time. And but then I happened to join some circumstances and things like that, happened to join an ETC branch. I was not sad about it. I was okay with it. Like I was interested in that also.
Yeah.
But then when life happened and first semester, second semester happened, Sashwat went to Smart India Hackathon, and my team missed it out. We could not qualify in the first Smart India Hackathon in the first semester, second semester, I think. Then we applied to this Cisco IoT Hackathon, right? So we applied there, and we eventually passed. We won the state level, and then we won the national level as well. So that's where I got the merger of like ETC and the CSE. So I was working with IoT, so I knew how electronics can work with the software thing. So that merger happened there, and then I was like, yeah, both the things matter to each other, right? Then going forward, the e-yantra happened, like you said, the e-yantra happened. So there was a robotics, and also you needed the scripting knowledge. So
Correct.
those things happened, and so everywhere in my life, so far in office as well, I'm working on this indoor navigation thing. So it requires a little bit of knowledge of how the Wi-Fi system works and how electronics network communication works, and then how you need it in the code. So everywhere in my life, it's been a merger. So no matter which branch you come from, if you want to, if you're interested into IT, there will be a merger. Like there is mechatronics, right? So mechanical people and electronics people, there's a mechatronics thing. It's like the merger is always there, and
Right.
I
I
don't
remember
see
how,
any
even during
transition.
college days, we used to talk about how there should be a block between the third and fourth block. And so this is a
That's
computer science
right, yeah.
block, there's an electronics block, and there should be a block in between. There should be somebody teaching that stuff. That is important.
That's right. That is very important because that's how the world functions, right? Nobody completely relies on the computer science. Nobody completely relies on electronics. The merger is where the world works right now.
Right. Yeah, I think this revolution is about that.
That's right.
So guys, this
So
is just because we are not having questions. So we are doing this. So if you have questions, please start shooting. Right? Don't wait for us to stop. Go ahead, Piyush. Go ahead.
yeah, since people are not asking questions, let me ask you. So you said that, right? You have few jobs in your 7th, 8th semester, I think.
Right.
So what was that like?
Okay, that was like a disaster. I think my first job was Spikeville. No offense to Piyush, but it's not because it's a bad company or something. I was not ready for a job until then, because we were doing really good. As Caveman Dev, as a service-based company, we were doing really good, and that was the peak until then, right? Because we have been trying that for 3 years, and we couldn't afford an office, we couldn't afford employees, and I think that was the first time all of this was happening, and I was really happy with that. We just bought furniture, and our office was starting to look like an office, although there were a lot of mosquitoes, but yeah. Things were turning into a nice picture. And that is when I was offered this job at Spikeville. And I was promised that I'll be working with a lot of data, data-based applications, not database applications, data science applications. And probably that is why I was confused and I finally chose Spikeville. They were giving a good stipend, as for an internship. I think that's a really good figure here at Good Measure. But what happened is, after a month or so, I started feeling like, I had to spend 9 to 10 hours. Do you still do that, Piyush? 9 to 10 hours in the office?
Not really on some days, maybe when the client meetings are there.
Because until then,
But
everybody was there at the US, I guess, which is why we had to wait until the evening for everybody to get online. Right. So I don't know, because I used to sit idle a lot of times and I had to wait for 5 or 6 p.m. for someone at US to wake up so that they could answer our questions. And it started feeling like some kind of not really oppression, but it started feeling like maybe I'm acting against my wills. This is not something I really want to do. I have to go back to my office and start working. So I think after the second month, it was a Sunday night and I had to go back to the office the next day. And I think we were in the delivery of some Caveman Dev related project, and I suddenly opened my laptop up before leaving office. Leaving our office, not the Spikeville office. So before leaving office, I just opened up my Gmail and I said, no, I'm quitting. I don't think I can continue this. And I also applied for another day's leave the next day because I was not ready to face them. And I was like, no, if I want me to serve the notice period, maybe I will, but I'm not interested to continue with this job anymore. And the next day I did not go to office, and they called me down midday the next day. And I think, this is something I figured out later. At that time, I was like, no, I want to do Caveman Dev and all that. But I think maybe somewhere I was afraid. It's like, it's the same feeling that makes you procrastinate things, right? Sometimes there are things pending and you really want to do them, you want to finish them, but then something stops you deep down. It's almost all the time, it's fear, right? Because you're not sure if you start this, will you be able to finish this? Things like that, right? And I think somewhere, even when I quit Spikeville, it was there. It was not just about me because I want to run my own company or something like that. So it was a mixture of all those feelings. Maybe someday I figure out we'll talk once more. But it was a mix of a majority of such feelings. And
Yes,
again,
sir.
they called me and they were like, why do you want to quit? I said, I'm not just ready for a job. I'll continue with our firm for a while and then I'll see what
Shashwat,
happens. Yeah,
excuse me,
Sakshi.
Shashwat. They want to ask something. I said something.
Why aren't they asking if they want to ask something? Why do
Yeah,
you
they-
have to interpret for them?
Hi, sir. I am Dev from IIT BHU Electrical.
Hi.
It is good to have plan B or not? Good or bad to have plan B?
It depends. What is your plan A?
Startup.
Startup? Then no. Don't have a plan B. Please don't have a plan B. Fail at plan A, then plan for plan B or A prime, but don't have a plan B while you're working on plan A. Does that make sense? See, because when it comes to a startup, the only thing that you need to worry about is not to get comfortable anywhere, right? Because if you really want to do that, don't even have an option like ye nahi chala to I'll go to TCS. Don't, because you'll always go to TCS that way, right? You have to, drop off a few other plans. You'll have to totally focus on this. And if you fail at plan A, there's always you can replan. Even after failing at plan A, if you think you have courage to go for another A prime or A2 or something like that, go ahead. And then otherwise, if that does not work, you start working on B. Please do not have a plan B when you're working on plan A, especially when you're trying to be an entrepreneur. Because almost all the times you will fall in case B only. And what year are you in right now? You mind me asking?
Yes, sir.
What year are you in right now?
In second year.
In second year, you don't need a plan B, man. Come on. You can stand on your own legs by the end of final year. You're very early, so don't worry about plan B as of now.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I think your plan B is going for a job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't do that as of now. You can worry about that in final year.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So where was I? Yeah. So that's how I left Spikewell, with a mixture of fear and all of that, confusion, fear and stuff. And I think then a few months down the lane, people started leaving, right? I think Rishabh left for Mindfire. Piyush was still at Spikewell. And there are other issues happened. People fled away with our money. And things got complicated. So I started looking for another job. I joined one of our seniors is a very successful entrepreneur. I think people of Trident would know Sarvesh Patak. I'm not sure. So they were a funded startup then. They were called Bring My Food. They were starting to tie up with brands like Oyo, Rapido and stuff for delivery and kitchen setup. And they were doing really good. So he offered me, and I went down to their office for 7 days. 8th day onwards, I did not pick up his call because I was promised that I'll be working with Django. But then there they asked me to work with Angular, and I was really not happy. So again, I was afraid I could not face him. I just didn't pick his call up. And months later, he was very mad at me when we met each other, but that's a different story. So that's how I left my second job. And then after that, I think I sat idle for a few months, not knowing what to do. I was learning a few other technologies. But then there was a company, so-called my dream company. Okay, meanwhile, I appeared for campus and campus placements, TCS and stuff. That was never serious for me. It was like until I find the offer letter, it was like I want this, I so want this. But soon after I get my offer letter, I stop picking up HR's phones. I still have that habit. But there was this company at Hyderabad. It's called DT AI Labs, and it was one of my dream companies to work with because when I think I was in my third year when this company started. It's a very small company. It's a company of 5 to 6 people. I mean, it was a company of 5 to 6 people back then. And there was this guy. His name is Suresh, I guess. And he used to be a data scientist for Ford, for TCS, and he has about 8 to 9 years of experience in the industry, and it was really good. And I always wanted to work with him. Even when I was in my third year, I guess, he gave me some task, and I was really happy. He asked me if he can offer me a job. He was like, "No, you have not cleared your BTech yet. I can't offer you a job. You're not ready," and stuff like that. And after I left Bring My Food, I somehow convinced him to offer me a job, and he did. But again, after 2 months, I dropped a resignation and I left. So my job experience has been really, really bad. I think I also applied for local companies. They offered me offer letters, and soon after I get the offer letter, I stopped picking up the calls. I think that's how my job life went. So now I'm not even, I don't even have courage left to appear for another interview because I know I'm not going to pick up his calls later. And shamelessly, sometimes, when, money is a necessary, right? Because you just can't do things without it. I think I started an institution where I started teaching people Python. I can see my students right there. I think a few of you were there. Hi Sagar. Right. So that's how I had lunch for a few days. I think that was December 2019. Is that right, Sagar? And there was times where I had a meal once a day because when I asked, when my dad asked, why are you leaving companies? What do you really want to do? Because obviously the Indian parents come on. And I was like, no, I think I'm doing fine with myself. So I never had the courage to go and ask him money after all that, after I quit my job. Even when I left Spikewell, I forgot to tell you that the same day, I think Piyush, Manthan, and me, we were being offered our final offer letters, right? So it was like post internship, this will be your final offer. And my dad was really disappointed when I told him that the day I left that company, I was offered a full-time role. So after that, I never could actually go back to him and ask for money. So I had to find my own ways all the time. And this is the kind of struggle I had to go through at least for 1.5 months, and then things started going up. But that's a different story, I guess.
This is the kind of
This was my
struggle
job life,
kind
all of it.
every
Yes, Sagar?
this is the kind of struggle like every of us, like everyone who is doing a BTech in private college have kind of. This is a common thing actually.
Correct. We all have to go through it. I think it's not just about BTech. I think that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Do we have more questions? I mean, it's not like you are asking questions. I think I only answered one so far.
Excuse me, Shashwat Bhaiya.
Yes. Please turn your video on if you're talking.
Sorry, my background is not so clear.
Hey, come on, man. That's fine.
Sir, I want to ask that is it necessary to have many certificates to get placed in a good company?
It's just useless. If somebody is saying that I'll give you a certificate, do this, both of you are wasting each other's time. There's no point in having certificates. Not even degree certificates. I didn't get my professional certificate so far. I don't have a proof that I cleared my degree. And you are talking about Udemy certificates, I guess. Or some kind of certifications. No, they don't matter at all. I mean, I would be clearly wrong if I say not at all, but there are certificates that hold value, right? Like let's say hold value as in it's not like ho gaya to job mil gaya, not like that, because as an key people will not interview you if you have a certificate, right? Even if you have a certificate, you will be asked the same questions what other people are being asked, but maybe having a certificate will improve the chances of you attending an interview, but that that will never place you for a company because it'll be the same questions, right? Even if I went through the same course and I don't have a certificate, you have a certificate, does not matter. Both of us will be asked the same questions. We both have to answer at the same par, at the same level. It's not like because I have a certificate, it will be lenient for me. So no, I don't think you should chase certificates.
Because none of us have certificates, right, Shashwat? Or every domain we worked on, neither you are certified Django developer, nor I am a certified mobile application developer.
I tried TensorFlow certification, but I never had the patience to sit for it and write the exam and all that.
That's right. So
I think the only certificate I'm kind of a little proud is when we went for that Cisco felicitation thing.
felicitation.
Yeah,
From
it says
Cisco Beta.
entrepreneur. So that's the only certificate I'm proud of. But that never helped me go anywhere. It's just for my self-satisfaction or something. Nobody cares if you're an entrepreneur on certificate, but yeah. Except for yourselves, I guess.
That's it.
More?
Any more questions?
Yeah. Hello, I'm audible, Shashwat.
Yes, you are, but you're not visible, man.
I'm not visible.
Oh,
Saket?
Yeah. I just want to know your journey in Cisco, Shashwat. You said you went to the felicitation program, right? So why didn't you do the startup from there?
Okay. It's Sake. I did not recognize.
Yeah.
All right. I think again, Cisco is a story of mine and Piyush both. It's a very stupid story, but yeah. I think our original idea was to work on it was like, what is that called? EEG, electroencephalogram.
EEG sensors.
EEG, right?
Head mount
So
sensor.
what EEG does is it can capture your brain waves, and our original idea was to understand behavior, or understand what category of thought is going on inside a person's brain. So let's say I'm happy, and it can capture EEG and give you a signal that this person is happy. So we had plans to train on that data manually, and then we didn't know what to do. I think we planned for a few games that could improve your focus and concentration. I think music was one of our primary ideas. So if you're happy, you play happy music. Is that right, Piyush?
That's right. Yeah. We thought of something like that. For the initial idea was to predict what the emotion is.
Correct. So the initial idea was to decide, or maybe what is that called? Estimate or predict the mood of the person. Right? So the first problem that happened was it was an expensive device to start with, right? What was that company name? Do you remember? Neuro what? Brain.
Neuralink.
Neuralink. Thanks. Whoever that is, Neuralink. Yeah. So that was called Neuralink, and it was really close to cohort dates, and the device never came. It never reached our incubator. So one day we were just sitting and working on different ideas. We had something concrete, and I think it was Sujit sir who just walked into incubator one day and he was like, "So okay, so what? It's not there. Why can't you work on something else?" We're like, "Yeah, we're planning on that." He said, "I have a serious problem statement, right?" And the problem statement was that in busy cities, it is difficult to find a place to park for, right? And even if you did, it was difficult to trace the vehicle back. And we were like, yeah, I think this can be done because we already worked on that e-yantra thing. I think that is our primary motivation because we knew Aruko markers by then. Is that right? Piyush? We said we could put on Aruko markers in front of each parking place, and yeah, we had an idea in theory. And we were like, yeah, let's work on that. Day one onwards, we knew it was not so much of a practical problem to implement, right? Because even if you're putting cameras up in a wait. So sorry. Do you guys know what we worked on? No? Okay, sorry. So sorry. So our solution was that you could place cameras strategically in a public parking space that could cover, where exactly is the vehicle, in which exact parking spot, not just direction, but which exact parking spot. And you could also book your parking slots in advance. I think there's a video where we demonstrate the product, I think on Cisco Incubator page on Instagram. So you could check that out later. So that was our original plan, but it was not really practical solution to implement and work with. I mean, it was. I mean, it's definitely practical. I think that other team from Delhi actually implemented it somewhere, but that does not solve half of the problem at all. That was always in mind, but then yeah, we continued to implement it. I think our algorithm works. We had an app that not so great UI, but yeah, there was a working app that could help you type in your license plate number. So it books a slot for you. When you reach the parking spot, you can park there. The camera identifies if it's the correct car or not. So you always know where your car is, and nobody else goes against your booking and stuff like that. And it was a fully implemented, fully working solution. I think that is why we were called for the Cisco Bangalore event. But then if you actually test the implementability of the solution, there are a lot of loopholes because not all parking spaces are open, right? And even if they're open, they're so large, you'll have to place number of cameras, for it to work properly. So I think that is why we did not continue with the idea. And I think the major drawback was we lost all hope when this team from Delhi proposed the same exact plan at Cisco Ferry Station. And I think that is when we were like, no, I don't think. I mean, that was wrong. That was definitely wrong to drop off when we find competition. But yeah, I think that is when we said, maybe there are other better things to work with. That is why we did not continue with Cisco. But I think the Cisco is one major impact of whatever we are today. I think Piyush will agree with me as well, because that is a playground, right? And that is all we as engineers need. Even before Cisco, I think what Piyush and me were looking for is for a Cisco. That is why we went for Cisco. Piyush's team went for Cisco Hackathon. I went for Smart India Hackathon, and then we went for e-yantra. We started picking up projects because we wanted a playground. We wanted to be sure, if we're going, we don't know if we didn't. I mean, we didn't know if we're going in the right direction, right? We wanted some kind of playground where we can experiment with the thoughts we're having, where we can experiment with the technologies that we're learning. I think after Cisco came, we went nowhere. Is that right, Piyush? We were always thinking better. Any given day, Saturday, Sunday.
I think you left your phone inside Incubator when you left during final.
Right. We were so involved with Incubator that I forgot my phone one day, and I think that is when this thing happened. Funny happened. My phone was locked there for a month. That's a different story, but yeah.
Yeah, so we were like every time you find where are Shashwat and Piyush, they're inside Incubator.
Correct.
That's what our location.
Even I think security people stopped worrying about, they're going to Cisco, so even Saturday, Sundays were open for us. That's how it happened.
I think you, me, Paresh, and a few other people. I think we worked midnight also, right? Throughout the night also.
Beautiful story. So you're talking about the night before Bangalore.
That's right, yeah.
Right. So this is a very interesting story, you guys listen. Don't tell anybody at the college that this happened, but this actually happened. So what happened was we were working with a drone. I think Paresh and Praveen's team, they were working on a drone. That was a very interesting idea as well. They were trying to deliver organs with a drone. So, that is, that cuts distance between cities in under hours. So that was a very nice idea. So what happened was drones were new to us. There was supposed to be a drone expert, but there wasn't that time. I think that was 7 to 8. No, I think it was 9 to 10 p.m. at Cisco. And nobody else was there. It was just 4 to 5 of us. And I just finished writing a Python script which would turn this drone's fan on. So all evening we were dying, figuring out when will this take off, because the fans were not, fast enough for the drone to pick up. But they were, they were on, they were running, but the drone wasn't picking up. So I was like, there is this parameter. It's called some threshold, something underscore threshold. And I was like, Piyush, what is this? I was like, no, shift it to 5. Let's see what happens. And I just turned it to 5. And we were not ready because the drone was not picking up. And I ran the script. It takes a few seconds for the script to load in. And there was a sound, there was a buzz sound and it started moving up. And it was like, hold. And it was so fast, it was difficult to hold. I think 3 to 4 of us were pushing down the drone from top. And it was just trying to fly off. And there were things on the table hitting. I think that was hitting the table or something like that. So, and we were all like, kya karna? And I think Paresh went to get a knife so that he could cut the plug off. So it would stop working. But the thing is, the script is already loaded. Even if you cut the wire, even if you cut the wire off, the wire is to just run the script. But the script is already in the processor that is on the drone. So even if you cut the wire, nothing going to happen, right? Even if I remove the USB from my system, it's not going to work. There was no adapter, I guess, because it was a battery thing. So it was already on. There was nothing we could do to turn it off. And I was like, wait. I went back to my code. These people were still holding it down on the table. I went back to my code. I said, I changed the threshold back to 10 and I reran the script. And again, the fan slowly started shutting down, and that's how it was stabilized.
That could have gone like really south that night.
Yeah, really south. Not even sure. Incubator hasn't seen blood till date. I don't know what happened after that, but that would be the first time. The white table man.
I have एक क्वेश्चन और था सर.
हाँ बोलिए.
जैसे फ्यूचर का क्वेश्चन है, जैसे अभी हमारे 3rd ईयर में मतलब 7 के बच्चों का इंटर्नशिप लगता है, जैसे 1 लाख 2 लाख पर मंथ भी लगता है उनका. तो इस पीयर प्रेशर को कैसे हैंडल करना है? जैसे आप मतलब जॉब लेफ्ट कर देते तो आपके फ्रेंड भी वर्क कर रहे होंगे बड़ी कंपनी में, जो पीयर प्रेशर आएगा.
I got a question. Piyush, are you comfortable discussing your CTC with them?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. So Piyush's CTC here is, I guess, 13 LPA. And this is the exact same company that I quit. So yeah, आप जो बोल रहे हो, I have experienced that, right? So I think Piyush, Manthan, Praveen, everybody is earning about 11 to 13 a month. I mean, I'm sure they can definitely do better, but there's a balance. So I earn about, my salary at my own company is about 35,000 a month. I think that is close to our stipend at Spikewell when we used to work there. Peer pressure, मतलब this is a pressure that you create for yourself, right? पीयूष कभी मेरे को बोलता नहीं है मेरे अकाउंट में इतना पैसा है, तेरे पास कितना है. That is different. So I think this peer pressure जो बोल रहा है, it's not actually peer pressure, it's the pressure that you put on yourself, right? You tell yourself that they are earning this much, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. So I think that is definitely not what you should be worried about, because this is the first to second year of your career, right? So now you should be thinking about what direction should you choose that could make you happy, right? Did you know, Piyush, Rishabh Bhaiya ka package is 25 LPA now?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not sure if we should be discussing this, right?
He told me about it.
Right. So when he was at Mindfire, I think we kept asking, why are you working for a 4.5 LPA? He used to earn 4.5 LPA at Mindfire, but he was like, no, I'm enjoying React, I'm enjoying Ruby, right? And he stuck to Mindfire for about 2 to 2.5 years. And then he found another company that works solely with Ruby and React, and he moved on there. And when he joined, he was like 15 LPA, but I think in 2 to 3 months, it turned into 25 LPA. This all happened because he stuck to what he is passionate about, not because he was chasing money, right? क्योंकि पैसों के पीछे भागोगे, you will ultimately land up in Byju's, right? Well, I think there's a 10 to 12 LPA package in Byju's, and that's there, right? So it's not about money, it's not about who's earning what, but I think for the first 5 years, not even 1 to 2 years, for the first 5 years, stick to what you love doing, and not that is paying you money, right?
Okay, sir.
Did I answer your question right? Or
Yes, sir. But sir, family का भी तो होता है ना कि मतलब जिस दिन IIT में एडमिशन हुआ, they thought in
ये
my
आपका आवाज ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है, आप थोड़ा.
हेलो अब आ रहा है?
हाँ आ रहा है.
मतलब फैमिली का भी होता है ना सर रोल उसमें कि फैमिली थिंक कि जस्ट दिन आईआईटी में इसका एडमिशन हुआ 4th ईयर बाद ये हमें अच्छा घर में ला के देगा मनी, उसको भी तो हैंडल करना पड़ेगा मतलब।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। क्वेश्चन तो वैलिड है यार, बिकॉज लाइक आई सेड आई थिंक 2019 में आई क्विट जॉब्स, जैसे आपके घर में बोलते हैं वैसे मेरे घर में भी बोले कि क्या कर रहा है, ये जॉब है वो जॉब है। तब शायद टीसीएस का ऑफर था हाथ में, एवरीबडी वाज लाइक ज्वाइन कर ले। अगेन आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर में भी या 2020 में भी आई हैड आईबीएम्स का ऑफर इन हैंड एंड माय डैड केप्ट आस्किंग ज्वाइनिंग कब आ रहा है। मेरा ज्वाइनिंग आ चुका था, आई वाज लाइक नहीं ज्वाइनिंग नहीं आया है, अभी लॉकडाउन चल रहा है तो वो लोग शायद वेट कर रहे खुलेगा तो ऑफिस बुलाएंगे, एंड आई वाज लाइक नहीं ज्वाइनिंग नहीं आ रहा, ज्वाइनिंग नहीं आ रहा। एंड आई थिंक दैट वाज वन ऑफ द टफेस्ट टाइम्स वेयर ना मैं आई कुडंट लुक एट माय ओन फैमिली फॉर माय फाइनेंशियल नीड्स। एंड लाइक आई सेड, एक दिन मेरे को याद है मैं 30 रुपए का मील खाया। That was a really tough time. That's what you're saying, right? कि people will put pressure कि financially खुद stand कर लो, right? उसके बाद जो करना, I think a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs must have heard कि job के साथ साथ कर ले, right? And that definitely does not work. There is no answer to that, man. I don't know who they asked this question. There is no answer to that because that's a struggle. सुनना पड़ेगा।
ओके सर।
घर वाला बोलेगा तुमको सुनना पड़ेगा। If you want to do it, you have to do it. There is no way you can convince them what you're doing is best, because maybe you could try, I don't know, you could try that I'm having fun at this, I'm enjoying this, you could tell all of that, but I don't think that will work. So the only way to answer that
Do
is
it and prove it type of thing, right? First.
right. So I couldn't say such a cheesy line, but do it and prove it. There's no other answer to that.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
Hello.
Yes.
Is my voice audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Hi. This is Saurav from Bangalore.
Hi, Saurav.
Yeah, I'm a third-year engineering student in electronics and telecommunications. So yeah, I had a question to ask. Probably you're the right person to ask. How to get to know whether something of your idea is working or not, or where to stop, or should I go ahead with the idea, or that may be a startup or whatever it is. Because initially when you get the idea, you're like a little over enthusiastic, and you go through stuff on internet and it's really gonna work or something like that. But at the end, how do you figure out whether you have to go ahead with the idea or just stop somewhere?
So Saurav, what you're saying is you have an idea in mind, but you're not sure if that's going to work in the market, and you're confused about what to do right now.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I'll go back to Piyush. Piyush, what was that PE sale? Those surveys, Infocity surveys, do you remember?
Yeah. Something that we will sell from the vendors directly.
Correct. What was that idea? What is that called? I just need the name. It had an interesting name. So Saurav, we had a similar situation. I think it was 2019. Yeah, 19. And we had an idea of, it was like a peer freelancing platform, right? So if you think you could offer this service, you sign yourself up on a platform, and whoever is interested could just, I think there was OLX, there was competition, but OLX was not originally meant to do that. OLX was supposed to sell second-hand items, but people actually started using OLX so much for services that OLX offered a service called services on the platform itself. So we had an idea for an independent platform like that, and the situation was same. We were not sure if we should go with this idea, because by then we already failed at 2 to 3 ideas working in the market. So we were like, this time we'll do market survey. So what we did was we created a Google form, and Piyush and me every day after college, after the college time, we go out and roam around Infocity, because supposedly that is where we can find computer literate people. So Infocity is a place where there are a lot of IT offices in Pune. So we roamed around the roads, and we approached people. Sir, please fill out this survey form if you think you have time. And most of them were like, no, I'm busy and all stuff like that. So there was a Google form that I think about 15 to 20 people filled. I think we roamed around inside the hostel as well. It was different. No, I think it was
the hostel, Infocity area and the TCS area.
The TCS area, right? So we roamed around and we kept asking people if this is a good idea. And then I think we had a small sample summary available that asked us not to work on the product, because a lot of people they didn't even pay attention to it. But the people who did were like, no, I think there are other alternate solutions available. That's how we decided. So sort of the core idea is that even big companies, even billion-dollar companies before launching a product perform market survey. Market survey just does not include physical surveys, but it's also you find you should look for competition. A competition is not something that does exactly what you are doing. It's anything that is making your path simpler. Simpler, I said simpler, not difficult, right? If you're working on something, and when you're working on that, if you're working on a solution, right? So while you're working on the solution, there are things that already exist that have simplified it. Not maybe not the same thing, but have simplified it. Then that's that's a competition. Like even when Google started, encyclopedias were a competition. It's not like they are search engines. It's not like they offer internet search, but that's similar. Encyclopedia could give you information. Google does give you information. So even that is a competition, even if it's not in the same domain. So sort of you'll have to perform market analysis. You have to see what are the things that are also present in the same domain that have simplified stuff, right? You should also check with whoever is your target customer, right? Maybe retailers, maybe everybody. Like if it's a B2C thing, you should reach people and uh, check if they think this is the best idea. How we do is, I think anytime Piyush comes up with an idea, I come up with an idea, the other person starts becoming a villain, right? So we always what's that? We shoot each other's ideas, like literally shoot. So if he comes up with an idea, I'll be like, no, इसमें तो ये problem हो जाएगा. If I come up with an idea, he'll be like, नहीं, we can't do this because this will happen. So you need somebody to validate your idea, right? So this is exactly what constructive criticism is. So you need somebody who can criticize your idea. If you do not have a partner, go out in the public. Sharam Chodke, you'll have to do it. You'll have to tell your ideas to people, and they have to tackle it. That's how your idea will grow. Into a more robust, or what's that called? What's it called? Fail safe or something like that. There should not be no way that could be a loophole to your idea. So you have to validate it with a lot of people. So all of this comes in a market survey. So that's exactly what you need, sort of. So don't just put your idea in a one-liner. If you have an idea, go to Google Slides and start building a PPT out of it, maybe a 5 to 6 page PPT, so that you can validate with multiple people. There is LinkedIn. You can post it on LinkedIn and check if people are buying your idea, right? So there are multiple ways to validate it, and I think that is what every product related idea stage requires. Piyush, do you want to add something?
No, yeah, like even if the market survey, everything shows a good thing and positive side, and you start working on an idea, there are many factors where you can fail with the idea, right?
Correct.
It might be implementation, it might be stuff like that. So you have to know yourself, like what's the it's like you are working for this product right now. It's like you're at a job for this product. You have to make it work. So once it fails somewhere, you have to be like, why is it failing? Either work on fixing it, or if you know that this fix won't happen, this is not in my capability, you then have to drop off it, because I don't know, like you think that you can fix it, and that takes 5-7 years, and then you still cannot do it. And I'm just speaking practically.
Correct.
Like all the things sounds cliche, like work on it as long as you fix it, but at some point you will yourself know that you should drop it off.
Right.
So
right.
That's something that will come within you when you feel those things. Like
Right.
Sometimes you can fix those things, and you can fix them, but sometimes you will you think that you can fix it, but deep down you will know that you cannot fix those things to implement it. So that's when you need to.
Basically, what you're saying is, if it does not seem to work out, you should not just stick to it, right? You should know when to walk out, so not wasting enough time. Right.
Just like with the thing that we did for the Cisco facilitation, right? The parking thing. We worked on it hard. We made it in a POC state. We brought it to a POC state. But deep down, we knew that implementing it is not in our hands. Like we don't want to go there, so we dropped it off. So that's why we dropped it off. So you need to know why you when to drop it off.
Exactly.
So thank you, sir. I get it, sir.
All right. Thanks, Ravi. All right. So are there a lot of first and second years here? I'm just asking. I'm not discriminating anyway. Just wanted to know.
I guess, Shashwat.
Yeah, is that right? Okay. So Piyush, would you mind answering how could you juggle around with academics and also these projects and other participations?
As you already mentioned, like once you start doing something good and college recognizes it, so that's when the universe will start helping you, right? in
Right,
some
right.
other way. So I think it happened in Cisco IoT when it happened. Like we joined in a hackathon and won a state level thing. So college thought that, oh, nice, they are into something, they will do something for the college. So let's give them some room to breathe. So they helped us with attendance and all. And then regarding the academics, like scoring exam marks, you can somehow manage it, right? You are an engineer, you will find a hook or a crook way to manage how to score a decent mark in an exam. At least I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking for my whole batch that was there in my branch. So everybody was like by hook or crook, even if a good student, they were a bad student, hook or crook, they scored a good mark.
Right.
So a decent mark. I will not say good mark, a decent mark that would help them in the future. That would not bother them in the future. So that's how you do it. And then I think it happened with skill calls, right?
Oh, I forgot skill calls, right?
Yeah, there was one project called Skill Calls that was given by college only. So we did a project for college itself, and then that helped us like to streamline the different. We differentiated between the academics and the project related things.
Right, right, right. I think, yeah, for you, Cisco Hackathon and Skill Calls. For me, Smart India Hackathon and Skill Calls. After that, it's not even like we went on to participate something with us, by our own will. Professors used to call us like, there is this, do you want to participate? Go find a team, get more people, and I think that was awesome. And that is one good sign, good proof that, once you start doing, the universe will actually help you.
And once you start doing, even professors, everything will help you. Like people used to go to the HOD chamber to get their attendance signed, but we used to go in there so that the HOD will assign us into some projects. So that's how it work, right? So we were also absent in those classes, but we did not need to go to the HOD's chamber to get a sign on a letter or something.
Right.
So that's how you work around things.
Right, right. So what you're basically saying is you actually don't have to juggle between academics and this. You start working on one thing so sincerely that the academics itself will follow you. It'll make you stable.
And to become an engineer, obviously the academics and all these things will make you a BTech engineer, but to become a real engineer, you need to like be an engineer and play around things.
Right, right.
That might not be the case in the doctor's case. You can just go and play around.
You can't say that.
But yeah, definitely for an engineer.
Correct. So hands-on is a necessary. I think that's how that you were the one working on the fingerprint solution at ThinkUbetter, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So from scratch.
Which has been stolen very successfully during funding.
Yeah, I know who stole also.
Sorry?
I know who stole those fingerprint modules also. Also, we implemented, I think, Adarsh Bhaiya and Rishabh Bhaiya.
Oh, they were also there in the same group. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we implemented that automated lighting thing, right?
I think you better.
Yeah, ThinkUbetter, that voice automated.
Right. The Google Assistant thing.
Google Assistant one, yeah.
Right. More questions, guys? Please.
Any suggestion for the first year student?
Sorry, what? Is that Abhishek?
So any suggestion for
first year students?
Suggestions? Piyush, you want to start?
First year students, I think you are recently coming from a 12th class. There is a huge transition there. So settle in, enjoy the college life, and I would say whatever the domain you choose, learn something into it. Like try Googling, try understanding things, try learning things. Don't just run around a coaching center that I will go and learn a Java course there and do a C++ course there and stuff like that. I'm just saying that go into the domain, understand what the domains are there in the IT, and follow, like understand each domain and see where you fit or where you are interested in going, and then learn something from the internet. I would suggest personally, so that those exploring thing comes into you. Like you inculcate the how to explore things and learn that way, and then I think once you are on a track, try. I think ThinkUbetter will help you a lot there. I think this cohort things and joining this cohort and stuff like that. So you will focus on one project. You will think about an idea, you will focus on one project, and then you will work on finishing it off. So that will give you a tons of experience actually. So I would, yeah, as a first year student, I think you have we did not have a Thinkubator when we were in first year, right? So we might have been in a different place if there was a Thinkubator in the first year. So we got it, I think, in second and third year. So you have a Thinkubator in the first year. So go there and play around things, learn different things. There will be an ideation session and all. So ideate something and work on those projects. That's what I would suggest. Anything you would like to add, Sashu?
Yeah. So where are you from, Abhishek?
Jamshedpur.
Jamshedpur, and you are in what? Computer science. What are you in?
CSE IML. Artificial Intelligence
Computer
and
science.
Machine
Right?
Learning.
Okay. So see, the thing is, like the first year, do you know कि वो सारा subject रहता है first year में? Even if you go for computer science, mechanical electronics, whatever you choose, the subjects are same. Do you know why?
No.
No? Okay. It's because the first year itself is meant for experimenting, right? Go deep, not deep. Just go shallow into every subject, every domains, every subject. So you have mechanical, you have electronics, you have electrical, you have computer science. Right? You have all kinds of subjects in your first year itself. So what you do is you explore. So that is where you can experiment. You can choose what subject that you're interested in, right? So it does not matter what branch you ultimately go to, but you know what you're passionate about by then, right? So as of even when you're in first year, okay, do good with academics because that is the only year you can actually do good in academics. After that, you're only going to be average student anyways, right? So the first year you can maybe focus a bit on academics and like Piyush said, enjoy the first year of your college life, but start researching, right? Especially if you actually do want to get into software industry, you have to be a really good researcher, right? Googling stuff and finding ways out from the internet is one of the primary skills that you will need as a software developer. And any experienced software developer would agree with me that is the primary skill, right? So see if you can research on different topics, and like Piyush said, it's just about experimenting the whole first year. You don't have to get deeper into anything because acting up early is also not a good sign, right? Because you may step into the wrong shoes. So take your time, say khelo piyo. Just be in touch with different domains that you could participate in.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, sure.
Any more questions?
Actually, Piyush, we have a question in the Google form. The students who have filled. There they asked that are the skills learned at college enough or useful in a professional life? One of the student is asking that.
Yeah. You want to go, Sasha? Or?
Yeah, why don't you start?
Yeah, so considering so far in my professional life, I've been 2 years, I think, but it's like somewhere it is in like not all the courses are related to here, but I've seen like a lot of courses that require in a professional life, because some stuff like considering you are from a CSE background, okay, and in a professional life you require to write a minor query in your SQL database, and people even you can always Google for it, like you can always Google for it and you can always do that, but when you need to do that on a regular job, those things will obviously help you, like you know how to write a SQL query and you don't have to always Google for the things. So yeah, it is helpful in your professional life, but you can inculcate that in your experience when you learn stuff from outside as well. So I wouldn't say it is like, it's like 70-30, like 30% it is important, but I wouldn't completely rule out that it is not at all important. It is important because it depends on which field also are you from. Like if you are from a mechanical branch and you are working at IT, your mechanical things will never be that required in your IT field, right? So but you're from CSE and you are working in an IT firm also, then the things that you have learned, like you have learned DA and stuff like that, so you can apply them in your job as well. So, anything you would like to add, Sasha?
Yeah, so I can only talk about computer science because I'm not cross-domain as a profile. So how it works is, especially with computer science, I mean, this is definitely something that is true for all kinds of subjects, but especially for computer science, it's not just about the syllabus, right? Even when you are participating in a class, even when you are sitting down in a class, what matters is, can you really digest that? I'm talking about a very simple thing. I mean, it's not something I'm talking about something out of the box. It's a very simple thing. So when someone is talking to you, or when someone tells you their idea, maybe when someone tells you anything, if you have that potential to visualize it, if you have the potential to digest what a person is talking about, then I think everything will automatically make sense. Let it be class, let it be, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's more like intuition, right? I don't know if you should agree with me, but have you noticed that sometimes when someone starts talking about a concept, the moment they start, you already know, this is how it would be, right? So, that kind of intuition is what will actually make the difference. Even when you're sitting down in a class, right? Just class sun lo, bas. Class sun lo, and if things are making sense, you're going in the right direction. So it's not like usko padhna padega, usko yaad rakhna padega, whatever, right? So it's only important until that part. वहां से डाइजेस्ट कर रहे हो आप, वहां से समझ रहे हो, वहां से ही पकड़ ले रहे हो. मतलब जैसे मोस्ट पेपर्स ना पढ़ना नहीं पड़ता है, स्पेशली विद कंप्यूटर साइंस. आई एम सेइंग दिस. जैसे सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग इज अ पेपर जिसमें पढ़ना नहीं पड़ता है, राइट? थिंग्स विल मतलब ऐसी सेंस बना लेंगे वो. देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन स्टडीइंग दैट, राइट? जैसे डा है, देयर इज अ वे यू कैन ऑप्टिमाइज थिंग्स, एंड दैट इज सो नेचुरल, दैट इज सो इंट्यूटिव. सो सिलेबस वहीं तक काम आएगा. ऐसा नहीं कि आप बैठ के पढ़ोगे, मार्क्स ले आया मैं, दैट डज नॉट मेक अ डिफरेंस. दैट इज द ओनली लाइन. इफ थिंग्स आर मेकिंग सेंस सिलेबस में, दैट इज ऑल. सिलेबस का काम उतना ही है. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if I made sense.
It's like you have to make sense of it. Like not just because you have to add recursion because it is written in DA, but you should know why it is needed, right? So stuff like that. Like
Exactly.
so it's not like it's told to you. That's why you have to do it, or you should know why to do it, and then it will automatically come to you. So,
correct. I think especially just when I was in my fourth semester, I think we had this paper DA, Design and Analysis of Algorithms. And I told you, my fourth semester में class किया ही नहीं. I never went to that class. I didn't even know that it was an important subject. And finally back लग गया. So I approached one of my seniors and I was like, क्या ये subject में मेरा back लग गया? How important is this subject? मतलब I seriously मैं class किया ही नहीं था. I didn't even know DA में क्या है. Right? And he was like, he was a good senior. मतलब जैसे कि we shared thoughts. तो उनको भी था कि practical करना है, काम करना है, like that. And he was like, DA तेरे को पसंद नहीं आया? I was like, नहीं, मैं class नहीं क्यों? And he was like, नहीं, DA is one of the most important subjects. I think if you have had the paper, you know why design and analysis of algorithms is important. Because जो भी कंपनी में आप जाओ ना, जितना बड़ा कंपनी, इनफैक्ट जितना बड़ा कंपनी में जाओगे, उतना आपको प्रैक्टिकली समझ में आएगा कि इसका काम क्यों चाहिए. सो इट्स नॉट लाइक मैं कोई प्रोग्राम लिख दिया एंड थिंग्स आर वर्किंग. वंस यू गो थ्रू द पेपर, आपको समझ में आया कि प्रोग्राम कैसे लिखते हैं, कम टाइम में कैसे एग्जीक्यूट होगा, कम टाइम में क्यों एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए, राइट? सो दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई थिंक बोथ ऑफ अस आर ट्राइंग टू से, कि आपको अगर प्रैक्टिकल समझ में आ रहा है एक सब्जेक्ट क्यों है, उसमें आप ये चीज क्यों पढ़ रहे हो, दैट इज एनफ. दैट्स इट. We'll wait for more questions.
Shashwat, adding to that question only.
Huh.
It's from my side. As I also heard in the means from the seniors, and I also read on the internet also that for being a place at a good company, or for being a good at a professional skill, we should go for DA and that data structure also, DS part also. Is it necessary to go through this, or we can just learn languages like different languages and big projects, good projects? We can go for that, or we need to learn for placement and all that? That's my question, actually.
Okay, this is so much of a placement question, right?
Yeah, actually, means they used to say that you must learn know what's actually DS. You should be good at that. or I'm asking that I know if I learn every languages or somehow I develop good projects, will it be okay or I need to learn that?
No, I think data structure algorithms are a must. There is no compromising with that, right? But it's like Piyush said, not because वो पेपर में है इसलिए, not because वो एक सब्जेक्ट है उसको पास करना पड़ेगा, not because of that, but it is not even easy. Data structure algorithm पढ़ना easy भी नहीं है. I mean, once you're comfortable, it's easy. Why I'm saying it's not easy to learn because एक पॉइंट के बाद ना algorithms become really complicated. मतलब आप इतना बड़ा पिक्चर देख नहीं पाओगे जब नया नया करोगे, राइट? तो यू हैव टू स्टिक टू इट. उतना दिन आप उनके साथ बेयर कर लो, आफ्टर दैट डेटा स्ट्रक्चर एल्गोरिथम आपको पढ़ना नहीं पड़ेगा. इट बिकम्स अ हैबिट. तो मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगा कि आप बैठ के कोर्स करो डीएसए का या जाके कोचिंग सेंटर में ज्वाइन करो. स्टार्ट करो. इट इज़ फन. डेटा स्ट्रक्चर एल्गोरिथम्स आर रियली फन. एंड मैं ऐसा कभी बोल ही नहीं सकता यू विल नेवर लिसन. मतलब आप मेरे आंसर में कभी सुनोगे नहीं जॉब मिल जाएगा इसीलिए पढ़ लो. सो आई कांट कंप्लीट दैट स्टेटमेंट द वे यू आस्क्ड, बट इट्स रियली फन. डेटा स्ट्रक्चर एल्गोरिथम्स आर रियली फन.
Hello, Sasu. I have a question to this only. Yeah. Hi, Sagar.
हाँ सागर, हाय.
Yeah. So you are saying that data structure algorithm are important. I also agree that. But Bhaiya, I have made a deep dive into that web development part and all the development stuff, right? So sitting and solving the DSA questions are like it is becoming hectic for me. Means I am not able to give time to DSA. I am not able to sit and solve the question. The patience level is zero in that case, because to center a div we can just go to Stack Overflow and we can search how to center a div, right? But to solve a question we have to think of it and we have to go through the whole procedure, right? So I am not able to give my patience. Yeah, so what can I do for that?
Okay, so when you say you're not able to find time, what else are you doing?
I mean, I'm able to find time, but I am not able to consistently look to that question and try to solve it. I am not able to sit properly and solve the question. The patience level, you can say, is not coming.
So this question is not about DSA. This question is how you can sit through with patience. Is that it?
Yeah, because while developing some, if you say me to design a product, I will sit through the night and I will design that product, right? I can do that. But for the DSA only, I am stuck a little bit.
Okay, so it looks like you don't have respect for DSA yet. That's the only problem. क्योंकि अगर आप बोल रहे हो मैं एक रात में प्रोडक्ट बना ले रहा हूँ और आपको DSA में प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है तो your product does not have quality.
Yeah.
ना है ना? तो आपको पहले ये समझना होगा कि DSA का वैल्यू क्या है. What difference can DSA bring? Have you understood that? Have you understood the question of DSA?
Yeah. I'm trying. Currently I'm learning on that stage. I'm solving a little small questions, you can say. So समझ में थोड़ा आ रहा है, but इतना भी नहीं आ रहा है, मैं बोलूँगा honestly.
आप ये आंसर कर पाओगे कि DSA क्यों चाहिए?
हाँ, DSA क्यों चाहिए? हाँ, ये आंसर कर पाऊंगा. लाइक जैसे कि हम एक लूप चलाते हैं, मतलब हमें एक सपोज n नंबर्स का सम निकालना है, ठीक है? तो हम अगर लूप चलाएंगे तो वो लूप खत्म ही नहीं होगा, राइट? बट यूजिंग मतलब हम एक n into n-1/2 करेंगे तो सम ऑफ n इंटीजर्स निकल जाएगा, राइट? एक ही लाइन में निकल जाएगा. बट अगर हम लूप चलाएंगे तो वो n नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स इटरेट होगा, जो कि बहुत लेंथी प्रोसीजर है. तो इसमें DSA हमारा हेल्प किया, राइट? ये मैं बोल सकता हूँ.
बराबर. ऑन अ स्मॉल स्केल दैट्स हाउ इट इज. या तो टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी या तो स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी या तो दोनों को हम लोग ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं डीएसए के साथ. जो आप बोल रहे थे कि एक रात में प्रोडक्ट बना लेते हो, तो प्रोडक्ट की कैपेसिटी क्या है?
हाँ, वो तो बेसिकली एक स्मॉल स्केल प्रोडक्ट है. मतलब उसीलिए मैं बोल रहा, मतलब छोटा सा प्रोडक्ट. मैं एग्जांपल दिया, मतलब मैं ऐसे बना नहीं लेता, मतलब मैं एग्जांपल दिया कि प्रोडक्ट में मेरे को ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट लगता है, बट डीएसए में मेरे को ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगता. तो वो इंटरेस्ट मैं कैसे ला सकूं, वो मतलब एज ए जूनियर मैं पूछ रहा था.
अच्छा. आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है डीएसए में, आप बोलना चाह रहे हैं?
हाँ, यस.
अच्छा, तो दिस इज अ लेंदी आंसर एक्चुअली. वो तो बैठ के मेरे को आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा कि डीएसए से क्या क्या जादू हो सकता है. आप आर यू फैमिलियर विद डायनामिक प्रोग्रामिंग?
नो.
तो आई थिंक आउट ऑफ स्कोप है ये सेशन के लिए, बट विल डेफिनेटली सिट बैक. मतलब आप देखे नहीं हो कि डीएसए क्या क्या जादू कर सकता है आपको. मतलब जैसे आपको, आई थिंक यू आर अ फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर, राइट?
या आई एम फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर.
तो आपका क्या है ना, इनहेरेंटली ऐसा बन गया कि आपको चीजें दिखेंगे तब आपको मजा आएंगे.
ओके. हाँ.
तो आप वो पैराडिग्म आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा कि व्हाट डीएसए इज कैपेबल ऑफ.
ओके.
So that is the only way आपको उसमें interest आएगा. But I think that's a
क्योंकि
story for some other
मतलब
day.
कॉलेज में जो पढ़ाया जाता है उसमें बेसिकली हमें क्वेश्चन दिए जाते हैं और हमें उसका टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी निकालना होता है या फिर सॉल्व करना होता है उसका क्वेश्चन और आंसर निकालने होते हैं बेसिकली. हमें ये पता नहीं चलता कि उनको इम्प्लीमेंट कहाँ पे करना है या फिर वो आएंगे कहाँ पे, क्या करना है क्या नहीं, वो नहीं होता है. बस क्वेश्चन दिया गया, सॉल्व करो, आंसर निकालो, वो वाला
Right,
सीन होता
right.
है.
मैं आपको एक ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म रेफर कर सकता हूँ, सजेस्ट कर सकता हूँ. इट्स कॉल्ड एल्गो एक्सपर्ट. हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ एल्गो एक्सपर्ट?
या
प्लीज ट्राई दैट. उसका ट्रायल है शायद 7 या 10 दिन का. प्लीज स्टार्ट विद दैट. मतलब एक बार खाली 1-2 वीडियो देखो, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. मतलब ब्यूटीफुली पिक्चर्ड कोर्स.
ओके, थैंक यू.
ठीक है सर. बट वी हैव दिस डिस्कशन पेंडिंग. विल सिट बैक समडे सून.
ओके.
बाकी डिस्कस करेंगे. राइट.
May I include me also?
हाँ
One
सर.
question. I said include me also in this if you'll do someday. Yeah.
Sure. और क्वेश्चंस है?
Hi Saswat bhaiya, hi Piyush bhaiya.
Hi. Swaroop, right?
Question for me personal. What is the importance of internship and project while applying for a job?
Okay, Piyush, you could answer this better.
Yeah, so importance of internship and project while applying for job, right? So when जब जॉब कर अप्लाई करते हो और इंटरव्यू के लिए बैठते हो तब तुम्हारा सीवी में बस लिखा रहेगा कि क्या क्या आता है, C++ आता है, C आता है, जावा आता है, और कुछ नहीं लिखा रहेगा. तो तब तुमको मतलब वो सीवी देख के तुमको जज करेगा कि ये तो वही पढ़ के आया जो फर्स्ट ईयर में पढ़ाए थे, सेकंड ईयर में पढ़ाए थे. तो अगर तुम्हारे सीवी में ये भी लिखा रहेगा कि ये 6 महीने का इंटर्नशिप किया था, ये प्रोजेक्ट्स कवर किया था, खत्म किया था, ये प्रोजेक्ट्स को मतलब इस डोमेन पे इस प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम किया है, तब that will make more impact to the interviewer, right? So you understand what I'm saying? Like also when you do an internship, when you do an internship, the amount of experience that you gain, because IT फील्ड में इंटर्नशिप जब कराते हैं जनरल ट्रेंड है कि तुमको ट्रेनिंग दिया जाएगा एंड वैसा चीज. बट इफ यू डू अ प्रॉपर इंटर्नशिप वेयर यू एक्चुअली डू ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ जॉब, तो तुमको हर एक डोमेन से एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा. लाइक कैसे काम होता है एक इंडस्ट्री में. तो उस चीज से तुमको बहुत ज्यादा मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, पता चलेगा कि कैसे इंडस्ट्री काम करता है, कैसे एक प्रॉपरली एक प्रोजेक्ट को हैंडल किया जाता है, कैसे क्या होता है, हाउ डू यू डिलीवर एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. सो वो एक्सपीरियंस बहुत मैटर करता है व्हेन पीपल आर हायरिंग यू. तो दैट वे इंटर्नशिप मैटर्स. एंड एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कियो तो तुमको ऑलरेडी नॉलेज है कि तुम प्रोजेक्ट पे कैसे काम करते हो, एज अ टीम कैसे काम कियो, कैसे कियो. सो बहुत सारा फैक्टर्स देखते हैं इंटरव्यूअर के टाइम. सो उस टाइम पे बहुत मैटर करता है इंटर्नशिप्स एंड प्रोजेक्ट्स. अब तुम बोलोगे BSNL में नालको में इंटर्नशिप करके आया हूँ, IIT में खोज रहा हूँ, तो दैट माइट नॉट हेल्प अ लॉट. बट इफ यू डू
Already completed in Nalco. Data analytics का काम.
No, actually, Piyush, Nalco sometimes मतलब कुछ बैचेस में they give good work.
Good work?
हाँ, like from our batch, there was a team that got to work on Power BI.
Nice.
हाँ, sometimes not all.
Yeah,
Let's go with.
already completed of हुआ. Okay.
Great, sir.
Nice.
I think we're losing Swaroop.
15 plus हो रहा है. Hello, am I audible now?
Is it my
Sorry?
internet or?
No,
Am I audible?
yes.
Yeah. 15 दिन में
Yes, you please write in the chat box. Actually, not audible.
Yeah,
Swaroop,
that's
sorry. Yeah, Swaroop.
Sorry, is it my internet or his?
No, I think something's wrong with
It's
Swaroop.
Swaroop.
Okay.
Do we have more questions?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Who's that?
Bhaiya, me, please.
PH, हाँ. Camera on कर लो ना यार.
Bhaiya, I want to ask that me being in the first year right now, so in which year we should look after the internships?
Okay. So what do you like? Why would you want to do internships? मतलब ताकि you can sit in placements and.
Yes, so that we can add some points in our CV.
Okay, so in that case, I think you should wait until your third year is done because थर्ड ईयर तक तो इंटर्नशिप्स के नाम पे आपको पता नहीं कॉलेज में कॉम्प्रोमाइज मिलेगा कि नहीं. But I think until third year, you are really not ready for an internship. I would say that. I don't know if you should agree or not. But I would not recommend going and working for an internship before third year. Meanwhile, आप अपना छोटा मोटा प्रोजेक्ट करते रहो, आप अपना हाथ पैर मारते रहो, हाथ पैर चलाते रहो. See what you can do. But going to an organization and working before third or before your final year may not be a good idea. I'm really not the best person to be advising on this. Piyush, maybe you can add.
Yeah, it's like gain knowledge first, I would say. Like experiment, like this, you have the whole life to do jobs and all, like, so that will come. But this college period, try to experiment things, try to play around things, try to learn about all the domains that are there in the field. And you are in first year right now, so experiment with things, like, so as discussed earlier, don't go deep into it anything, like learn about every domain that are there and see where your interest is, and then do something in it, do some projects on it, and look for internships on that domain. So that's what I would suggest.
Right. So, it's because for an example, I could just ask you are in your first year, right?
Yes.
Who was it? Priyesh. Yeah. So, Priyesh, are you aware of search engine optimization? Chalo, have you heard of this?
Please. Yeah.
Have you heard of the term search engine optimization, SEO?
No, भैया.
No? Okay. तो मैं अगर इंटर्नशिप में आपको बोलूँगा कि मैं आपको सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन सिखाऊंगा, कम जॉइन आवर फर्म, मैं आपको 7,000 रुपये स्टाइपेंड दूंगा. सो हाउ विल यू मेक अ साउंड डिसीजन नाउ?
From my side, I will say no because I don't know about it.
Okay. So what are the things that you're already familiar with as of now?
Actually, I belong to from an ICSC student. That's why I have done Java, and somehow I am also know that C++ also.
Okay. So you have decided that your career tool will be Java and C++. Is that it?
I am ready to learn Python also, but
You're
I
ready
want to as you are started as an entrepreneur, so I also want to start a company rather than doing a job.
Okay. Okay. Fair. So do you have a plan in mind or what?
Beyond third year, I will learn how the things works. Then I will go further about it.
Exactly, right. So until you have a plan, if first of all, in order to make a plan, you need sound knowledge. जब तक आपको पता नहीं है कि क्या होता है, तब तक आप प्लान ये नहीं कर पाओगे कि क्या करना चाहिए, राइट? That is exactly what Piyush and I are trying to tell कि आप significant time आप invest करो सीखने में, करने के लिए बहुत टाइम है, right? So I think final year is when you actually need to do something in the industry. Final year तक जो भी कर रहे हो आप आराम से टाइम पास करो, आप चीज़ें सीखो, हाथ पैर मारो, like I said, fail multiple times. बट इतना जल्दी आपको जॉब या इंटर्नशिप में घुसने का देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन डूइंग दैट. सो आई थिंक देयर इज टाइम फॉर दैट. See, there are two kinds of entrepreneurs, right? I won't say successfully successful, that is ideal, ये नहीं होता है. So there are two kinds of failed entrepreneurs now. One is successfully failed and the other is like failed. So successfully failed are people who tried multiple ways to do multiple things but failed. So उनके पास जितना knowledge है ना, even successful entrepreneurs do not have. And then there are failed people जिन्होंने कुछ किया ही नहीं है. People that did not try, people that did not participate, right? So let's try to fall in the category of successfully failed. Successfully successful हो गए तो you are out, मतलब आप ये टीम में रहोगे ही नहीं because you're done. मतलब you can try next thing, you can try the next thing now, and फिर से next thing जब शुरू करोगे you should be successfully failed. So that's what I'm trying to say here कि whoever आप entrepreneurship plan करो, आप आप अभी जैसे आपने कहा कि जॉब के लिए वो करना है, so it's all about it only happens with people who try, right? तो I think Piyush and me and there are other people that we worked on about 4 to 5 different ideas and none of them worked. There are products, I think the last product that is P-Talker that is still active. People have been using that, but it's not a success. So in every startup that we failed, we have a beautiful lesson to tell. We have a beautiful story to tell, right? And I think it's the foundations of all that that brought us wherever we are right now. So the only thing, मतलब फर्स्ट ईयर सेकंड ईयर में हो तो ओनली थिंग दैट यू शुड हैव इन माइंड इज पार्टिसिपेट. आपको कहाँ स्कोप मिल रहा है कुछ करने का. हैकेथॉन हो वो ऐसे लेट बी मतलब थिंक्यूबेटर इज अ ब्यूटीफुल प्लेटफॉर्म. मतलब क्या आपको क्या चाहिए, आप कुछ करोगे वो लोग पैसा देगा, आपको एक्सपोजर मिल रहा है, यू हैव मेंटर्स, यू हैव टीम्स. मतलब देयर इज नो रीजन व्हाई यू शुड नॉट डू दिस, राइट? सो प्लेटफॉर्म्स लाइक दिस, प्लेग्राउंड्स लाइक दिस, आपको सिस्को में पार्टिसिपेट करना है करो. आप हैकेथॉन है, हैकेथॉन में ज्वाइन करो, right? मतलब don't lose any opportunity, just participate in whatever that you can participate. That's it. So that's the only goal that you should have right now. Internships हो गया या फिर आप जैसे बोले कि courses हो गए या other technology applications हो गए, all that will happen. आप इसे participate करते जाओगे तो कुछ ना कुछ होते जाएगा.
Even you will get new ideas to it, like when you participate and talk to many people, you will get new idea about what you should do. So you will gain experience that way. So Shashwat, can I just ask why
Yeah, sure.
entrepreneurship?
Sorry?
Why entrepreneurship?
Why entrepreneurship? Okay. So first thing is I could not do the other part. I could not do jobs. And I think it was solely because I have this drive, right? And I think it's already deep rooted. Starting from my second semester, it's deep rooted that no, maybe I'm capable of doing this on my own. There's an inner voice that wants me to do this. That's one big reason. I think passion, like I said. Another reason is I think my first job at Spikewell, it did not feel good when we were told you cannot take a leave, when we were told कि lunch यहीं पे आएगा, lunch में non-veg नहीं आएगा. I think there were a lot of constraints starting from, and जितना भी बचा था मेरा job करने का, it all got washed away, right? And even today when I tell people कि I don't want to do a job, and people ask me कि when you're talking about running a company, are you not going to place people? Are you not going to ask your people to work? They're ultimately employees. So if you don't think that is justified, how can you expect that of them? You could check our LinkedIn pages, Caveman FO, Invent60. We are two companies working together. And यहाँ पे ना, there is no system of employees या managers, nothing like that, right? So we have, I'll just give you stories, right? Look, यहाँ पे we play cricket almost 3 to 4 times a week. Cricket just because this is dominated by cricket, open for all sports. So work time, office time, we go and play in the field. I think we have parties almost every day. Some kind, ऐसा कोई lunch ले आता है, कहीं order देके बनवा लेते हैं. So it's a beautiful place to work here. I can promise that यहाँ पे किसी को भी ये feeling नहीं आता होगा कि वो लोग job कर रहे हैं. We go on trips very often. सब लोग, and it's just random. It's not कि office time है, Saturday, Sunday जाएंगे. There's no constraint like that. And recently somebody said maybe we need a dog at the office. So we bought a pup, we bought a Labrador. And somebody's like, carom khelna chahiye office mein, we bought a carom board. So, there is no constraint at all. So this is not like an office. If you ever visit, you could just visit our LinkedIn page and you'll find out. But, we are very open to anybody walking around inside our office and check out what's actually happening. There is no, मतलब ऐसा कोई बोलता नहीं है कि काम करना चाहिए, कोई बोलता नहीं है कि यहाँ बैठ, कोई बोलता नहीं है कि टाइम जा नहीं सकता है. There is no such constraint. I think a few people in the audience have also witnessed this. A lot of my friends have also joined this company, and I think we are doing very great. I'm very happy. I'm not saying कि revenue बढ़ा हो रहा है. I'm not saying कि we're successful. I'm not saying कि company खड़ा हो गया, whatever. But I think that culture that we're creating here, the environment that we have created here, that's just awesome. And that's exactly why I did not want to do a job. Not because it's just about me, but I think this culture needs to be there, right? And that's what is making me more happy today. Maybe not all the jobs that I quit, maybe not all the projects that I'm working on, maybe not about all the clients, but this culture that we created, I think that is one big reason why I cannot stop being an entrepreneur right now. So that's there. In fact, this is an open invitation to any of you, right? If you don't know where to start with, this is a good place. What do you think, Piyush? This is a good place for any of them to start, right? You're welcome,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
Right. So you're welcome. You welcome with any technology that you want to come on board, get on board, right? You want to work on some project, you want some resources from our end, or you want to be a resource with with our team. You're always free to join us, right? Let's say some one of you wants to work with React, and just drop a mail. I'll drop my mail ID here. Just drop a mail to me on my personal account, and then we can get in touch. And if you think that you want to start, and maybe we could involve you with a few of our projects. Maybe we could patch you up with our training team, and there are a lot of things that we can do. But like I said, you have to have the will to participate, right? And if you want a list of technologies, we work with Django, we work with React, we work with .NET, we work with PHP, we work with Angular, we have Angular Ionic, we have a lot of technology. So whatever that you're interested in, just feel free. We work with data science. Just feel free to ping, just feel free to get in touch. Any of one of us, Piyush, me, not just us, it's about anybody, right? If you know someone's doing good, why not make use of that, right? So get in touch with people that who can help you with any of these things. Like I said, just participate. There should be nothing else on your mind right now. I forgot, where did we start? I think you asked why entrepreneurship. Is that right, Piyush?
That's right. Yeah, but you touched every point, I think. Why entrepreneurship?
Looks like people are lacking patience.
Yep. I think we are over time as well.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of time.
Sir, Cayman is located in BBSRB.
Yeah, Bhubaneswar, right.
Infocity.
Sorry?
It's in Infocity or somewhere else.
Are you saying not exactly Infosys, Philadelphia? If you are aware of BDA Buddha Park.
Yeah, I heard it.
Right opposite to that.
Spikewell is at DLF Cyber City, right?
That's
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, hi Sashrat, Vibhu this side. Hi Piyush.
Yeah.
You guys doing very well, and I want to ask a single question that starting a startup or starting its own company, like an individual you can start, or because Indian cinema, I can conclude that everywhere a team performing a company, not an individual. Why is that compulsory to have a team?
So you're saying, why do we need a team in the first place?
No, I was asking, if I want to build up my empire own, can I build own individual?
I think you're saying on your own, all on your own.
Yeah.
And I think that is a little too hopeful, but I don't think any individual himself is capable of doing. I'm not discouraging or anything. I'm sure there are people maybe who have done it, but I don't see anything that is self-done stands so long, right? So you always need a team, because you can't ever promise that you are self-sufficient from start to end with everything, right? I'll tell you why. The first startup that we worked on, we had a lot of technical people. We did not have marketing. So if any one of us thought that we could do, even 4 of us could not do it because the team was not sufficient, right? So we lacked marketing then. I think the second startup, we lacked motivation because we only had plans. We did surveys, but we never acted on it. And then we had a bad team. I think that was money was one of the problem, and time was another problem. So again, there we lacked something, right? So in every idea that we worked upon, there is something that is always lacking, and most of the times these lacking principles can be filled up with other people who have expertise in them. So I think in order to succeed at anything, I'm not saying you always need a good you always need a co-founder. You can be the only founder, but you ultimately need a team. No doubt you need a team. I think without that, that's just impossible.
I want to just clarify my question. Just starting a company, not like I'm gonna build everything with my own. Just from the beginning, if I will start, I'm thinking of starting a company, and from the beginning, I'm capable of deliver the desired output or something the client need from me. If I'm giving them, and I think that's what I'm getting the hit from the company. So the
it sounds
starting,
like this is a service-based idea that you have.
yeah.
All right.
The simple one.
Maybe you
the
could
things we
start,
can do.
but then there are multiple dimensions that I can see this failing. I'm not saying that's not possible. That's what freelancers do. But then if you're talking about a stable company that could afford people at a point of time, that sounds really difficult. I'm really sorry to say that. If you want to freelance, you can fill your pockets. There's no doubt about that. But if you're talking about an organized company, then you'll have to plan for at least a year ahead, how you could get on board more people, how you could find bigger clients, how you could find long-term clients. And I think that will become really, really difficult if you're working as an individual. But on the other hand, if you want to just to be a freelancer, okay, you want to run the show for yourself, and I think that's a great idea. All right.
Shashwat, as you said that you have your group was of 4, right? And you two are here. What are but the others two? What they are doing right now?
Okay, we were actually a team of 5.
Okay.
It was P. Piyush. There is AJ Bhaiya, there is Adarsh Bhaiya, and there is Rishabh Bhaiya. AJ Bhaiya he's a hipster. Right? It's difficult to manage that guy. I think that's how a graphic designer should be. He's really, really careless. Maybe I don't know if I can see that, but that's what makes him creative. Right? If he cares so much about things, I think that will kill his creativity a bit. So that person can never be organized, right? But his work is, I mean, I have shown his work to experts, right? I have shown his work to 20, 30 years experience of people, and they're all, jaw dropped that how can a fresher do this? So I think quality is A class, but that's the thing. He's not so much of a person who cares. So, he doesn't really care if he has a job or not. He doesn't really care if he has work or not. So that's the problem. I don't even know where he is right now. It's been long connecting to him. But then Rishabh Bhai, like I said, I think he's in this company at Pune. I don't know the name of the company. Can you recall, Piyush? What's that company called?
No, I don't know the name.
He
It
was at
started
Point
with
Fire.
B, I think.
Sorry?
Started something with B. I don't remember the name.
Okay. I can't recall either. But that's a company based in Pune, and he's still working with React and Ruby. I think he's also team leader right now. And then Adarsh Bhaiya, he's at TCS. I mean, he had other offers, but I don't know why he chose TCS. But I think he's in a really good project. He's a AWS certified engineer now, and he has a lot of exposure. The project he's working in, he's the only guy who has less than 8 years of experience. Everybody else in that project has 8 to 10 years of experience. So that's actually a very senior project that he's working with, and he has a awesome exposure. And I think from the last 2 to 3 months, I'm trying to lure him out to our company, and I'm just trying to get him out of TCS and join us. But I don't know, let's see if that goes well.
And we have Adi now.
We have Adi now. I mean, as of now, he is my my partner as of now. So KMNW is currently run by both of us. Adi joined very late. He was part of our team, but then he had to move away for a short period of time. But then, like I said, the last place that I used to work with, Adi was there with me, and we decided maybe we should resume this. And now we are waiting for Piyush Adarsh to quit their jobs and join us. Probably once we can start affording the salary.
What type of software does KMND provide? What do you do actually?
Sorry, can you be louder?
I said that what type of stuffs KMND provide to the client? What are you doing actually?
What kind of services?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we mostly are into consulting, technology consulting. So it's like some business comes to us with a problem, and from there onwards, it is totally our game, right? So we start analyzing the problem, we pitch solutions, we build, we work with the software engineering part, we build SRS and stuff like that, and then we ourselves build it, we ourselves test it, we ourselves deploy it. So now the thing is, it varies from technology to technology. We work with enterprise built applications, we work with open source. We sometimes work with ML, AI, and stuff. Very different these things, yeah.
That's nice to hear, Rashid. Thank you.
Great, sir. I think the audience is already losing patience. We lost a lot of people dropped out.
Yeah, I think we are
You want to
exceeding the
continue? I
time,
think
but
I'm
that's it.
patient. Sorry, Saket.
It's okay for me. It's okay for me. Let's see for others. If you have any
All
more
right,
stuffs to add, yeah, then it will be fine. Otherwise, as you said that, you know.
That's all, I guess.
Yeah, Shashwat, yeah, Piyush. You have more things to
Alright.
add to us, or we should close the session?
Sorry, Saket.
I said that you have more stuffs to add, or we should close the session.
Well, if you ask that, I could go on for days, but I think we better stop.
Okay. So Shivani and Sudeshna, are you there?
Yes, Saket.
Yeah. So we can close the session, right? Akhil. You met Akhil, Shashwat and Piyush Bhaiya. As a new
No, I haven't met
space
Akhil.
manager of Trident. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a chat
Akhil,
with him a
man,
few times. I never met him physically, I guess.
there in your time, Shupriya ma'am was there, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We just left, and I think Supriyati left same time.
Yeah. I think Akhil is visitor. Okay. So thank you, Shashwat and Piyush, for such a nice session. It's an honor for us that you are here. You have taken out your time, and